I want to begin today's broadcast by asking a very important question, and that question is whose permission are you waiting on to position yourself to be able to build economic wealth and financial freedom? Think about it. Whose permission are you waiting on? Now, if you're sitting waiting like the Charles Dickens novel, The Great Expectation, for someone to give you permission to take informed action to break into your financial abundance. I want to say this to you. Stop waiting and give yourself permission. We'll talk about that today. We'll talk about why most people remain stuck as they sit and think about the great thoughts about coming into financial freedom. We'll talk about some of the reasons why they remain stuck. And I'll give you some concepts, some ideas as to how you can step away and get unstuck from what is holding you back from your greatest success story. I will introduce to you our 10X Wealth Leadership Bootcamp initiative, and I will tell you about this program. But just before I get into today's program, permit me to introduce myself for those who might be joining for the first time. My name is Gary Thompson. I'm a business development consultant by profession. I'm a humanitarian by nature, and I'm the multiple best-selling author for several books, including Manager's Toolkits and Billionaire Codes. My new book, it's already written, 10X, Branding and Marketing, The Psychology of Doing Business, is going to be out very soon. And this book is for everyone who is in business, whether you're small or medium size or big. You will learn so much about how to build out your corporate culture to achieve a large and life impact. Now, your corporate culture, as I clearly state in this book, it should be designed to achieve impact at 4 different levels of the life of your business. One, your internal workforce and external workforce, the specific target market. You want to make large and life impact here. You want to make large and life impact on the general public. Why the general public? Because the general public might be your biggest clientele base who are going to be foreign persons to come to your business. And I'm going to show you out how to monetize that in this book also. Last but not least, this book talks a lot about how to make a larger life impact on your bottom line, cash flow maximization. So it is definitely a very unique book. So let me get back to today's discussion. I've seen millions of people across the world who highly educated people who work tremendously hard to achieve their dreams and their hopes and their aspirations. They work tremendously hard to provide for their spouse and loved ones. But in spite of how hard you're working, you feel as though you're on the treadmill. You feel as though you're still working paycheck to paycheck. And you are looking for a way out. I'm happy to say to you, Global Capital Inc. has designed a number of unique programs that speaks everything about financial intelligence. We have one of the programs that we have designed is titled 10X Wealth Leadership. And this is an awesome initiative. Today, I'm just going to whet your appetite of some of the key takeaways. One, you will learn about the pathways to wealth, the pathways to financial independence. Now, in this program, we will look at 3 of those pathways. 2 of them are very, very important and dominant when it comes to positioning yourself to attain wealth, and you should commit the time, talent, and resources to learn as much as possible as you can learn about them. And you will also learn about the third one. The third one is what we call the 1% job seekers who are able to attain wealth from their jobs. This program will want to talk about the wealth love language. What is the wealth love language? You owe it to yourself to commit that time, talent, and resources to learn what this is all about. It can literally change your life and change the way you see money. We also talk about the leadership love language. The wealth of language is where you get the knowledge about financial markets and how financial market works. But it's not enough to have the knowledge. It's equally important to be able to apply that body of knowledge to the realities of life and in a way that you can monetize it. So the leadership love language will teach you everything that you need to know about how to take the right kind of action. I'll talk about that just now to position yourself to build up economic independence. The last concept that we're going to introduce to you in this program is a unique program that we call the income audit analytics. When last have you done your income audit? It's a simple step. We measure your income against your expenditure against your balance sheet. Guess what? When we measure your balance sheet against your future plan, we recognize that your balance sheet cannot supply or give you your future plans. So you have dreams of owning your first home. You have dreams of taking an all-inclusive family tour. You have dreams of investing in higher education. You have dreams in, investing in the best college education for your kids. But your balance sheet is not living up to that expectation. So you remain stuck in the great expectation. You remain stuck with just dreams and hopes and aspirations. And in the process of all of this, the people that you hold dearest to your heart, they are sometimes left disappointed because you did not provide all that they would have expected you to provide. Now, my task here today is to speak to you very briefly and to provide information to you that will allow you to take informed and educated decision, to take better decision. I'll talk to you today very briefly about the leadership love language. But just before I get into it, I want to encourage you to like, subscribe, and share this podcast within your social network so you can help us to reach as much people as possible. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press that bell so you will be the first to get these content that we are bringing out to you on a daily basis. Now, let's get straight into the leadership love language. Under this concept, there are three important topics that we have here. We have the wealth leadership and the process of thinking ahead. We have wealth leadership and the process of seeing beyond problems. And we have wealth leadership and the process of informed action. And these three processes must be married together if you want to maximize your financial gains. You want to maximize on your opportunities to position yourself to achieve financial independence. Let's talk about it. Most people understand the process of thinking ahead. We call it wealth leadership and the process of thinking ahead. You understand this because you practice it. And at the end of every year, or just at the beginning of every year, people across the world speak a lot about their New Year resolution. You think ahead about what you're going to do to, you want to reduce weight. You want to, find a husband or a wife. You want to increase your disposable income. You want to get rich. You have all of these things on your wish list. You're thinking ahead of all of these different things. You want to upgrade your level of academic, education. You want to, start the saving process to pay for your children college funds. You're thinking ahead of all of these things. But guess what we have seen from the research that we're doing and the people that we're interacting with? Most people across the world, you get stuck in the thinking ahead. You get stuck in the great expectations because in most cases, you're not truly trained how to get beyond this point of planning. So in this program, we really unlock some essential management systems that really help you to understand how to apply these management techniques. So we talk to you about goal setting. And it's important to understand how to set clear financial goals. We talk to you about game planning. We are saying here it's not enough to set the goals. It's important, equally important for you to clearly identify what are those steps that you are going to take to achieve the financial objectives. So let's take, for example, you want to increase your disposable income by an additional $100,000 a month or 500 US dollars per month. It's not enough to say that I want to increase my monthly income by 500 US dollars. It is equally important to clearly identify what are the best steps that you can take to achieve the objective. And we call it the financial game plan. Identify your game plan. Your game plan can be learning more about affiliate marketing. And once you learn all that you need to learn about affiliate marketing, you can now position yourself to become an affiliate brand manager. All right. I have seen across the world there are those who are involved with affiliate marketing. They're able to generate thousands of dollars on a monthly basis. So this could be your game plan. There are many other things that you can use as your game plan, but it's important for you to clearly identify what is or are the game plan that you will be using to achieve the financial objective. Now, we don't stop here. We go one step further, and that is once you identify the game plan, we help you to develop what we call the control and management system. Because here is where you have a vision of what you want to accomplish by the end of the year. You have a game plan, but guess what? The game plan run away from you because you do not have a control and management system. So we help you to understand the importance of adopting all of these essential management principles to your financial goal setting. And with this program, you have mentors, you have coach, you have supporters that will work with you, not only in the classroom, not only on social media, but we are literally prepared to get into the field with you and show you how this process works. We have two more steps that I will share with you. So we talk about goal setting, we talk about game planning, we talk about control and management system. Now, once you're able to identify those systems that are working, it's important for you to also take some time out to ask yourself, is there a way in which this can work better? So we talk about system, control and management systems, optimization. You want to know if you could optimize that process that can make things a little easier for you in terms of implementing the game plan to achieve the financial objectives. Can you think about how you can optimize this? Let me give you some ideas. One, in starting affiliate marketing, perhaps you're doing this me, myself, and I. Is there a way in which you can now attract 2, 3, and 4 persons to assist you with the affiliate marketing, to bring people to your site? That's one approach. Is it possible that you can use social media marketing to position your brand or brands in front of the right target audience? And yes, you can use these different platforms to achieve more. The more visible you are with your brand, it's a greater chance and possibility that you have to increase your earnings, to increase your disposable income. So these are things that we will go very deep into, not only in the theory, but in the practical sense, to literally show you how this process can work. Okay. Now, along with this, we bring you to the last point, and that last point is what we call the goal setting, game planning, systemization. Now, what exactly do I mean by this? You set the goals, you develop the game plan, you identify the control and management system, you optimize those control and management systems, and now you optimize it, you want to systemize them. You want to systemize them because you want to create a perfectly working system. So if it allows you now to have transferability with this information, which means that you are now in a position of strength to start to teach this information to other people. You're in a position of strength. If something goes wrong, you know how to restart this entire process because you have traceability. You have both traceability and you have transferability in the process because it is now systemized. All right. So these are things that we walk you through. All right. And I want to show you there are millions of people out there who need these type of information. The research that we are doing at Global Capital Inc. has really reinforced the need for this program, our awareness that there is a great need for this kind of information. That's why we have built it in to our 10x Wealth Leadership Bootcamp. We are seeing too much of people are getting stuck in the thinking ahead. You have great dreams. You're getting stuck in the great expectation, the Charles Dickens novel, the great expectations. And we want you to get unstuck from the thinking ahead and getting unstuck from the great expectation where you are now using this bit of information to position yourself to take informed action. All right. So you think ahead, you can see beyond the problems. Most people get stuck right here. You see the problems, and you're not seeing beyond the problems, so you're stuck in the thinking ahead because the problem comes in front of you, and you start to ask yourself, do I have the core competence to effectively function in these specific fields? And this is across the board. I want to say this. In my book, I clearly said that people can never grow beyond their sense of self. Never. So you might be in business and you want to position yourself to become a big business icon. But if you want to be a big business icon and you're thinking as a small entrepreneur, you will remain a small entrepreneur. So as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. You have to get unstuck from those things that are holding you back and put yourself in that position yourself where you can develop the right mindset to achieve your dreams, your hopes, and your aspirations. And I'm really happy to say to you that the 10X Wealth Leadership Bootcamp, it will have a transformational effect and impact on your life and those around you. Remember, the programs that we're designing at Global Capital Inc. is not a theory, because yes, we're going to be giving you the theory, but along with the theory, we will be working with you to implement these concepts, and we will be working with you to ensure that you are achieving desired results that you are setting for yourself. These programs is all about cash flow maximization. And I want to ask the question again, whose permission are you waiting on to position yourself to build wealth? Tell me. This is a time that you owe it to yourself to give yourself permission to take informed action to start positioning yourself to build wealth. You deserve it. Your spouse deserves it. Your children deserve it. Your loved one deserve it. I want to encourage you to reach out to us right now. All of the introductory programs are free. We are doing this and for you. These programs in the developed world are pretty expensive, but we are bringing this content to you because we want to see you succeed financially in the world. Now, I just want to reemphasize, we at Global Capital Inc., we have a team of certified public accountants. We have a team of business consultants. We have a team of VCs, venture capitalists, a team of private equity investors, and those who are involved in this investment banking. So I want to assure you that we understand, we know what we are doing, we are practically involved in this field. We have a team of lawyers. And I must add, we have also a team of real estate and developers, investors who are a part of this program. And we will be so happy to talk with you about different possibilities that exist. All right, remember, there's always a possibility. All right, I want to emphasize something very clear. There are many persons today that wants to be successful. And I want to say this to you, that one of the things that is holding you back is that you're not invested enough time to build the right relationships with the right people. In my book, again, I state this. I say that relationship is the mother of all social systems. You rise and you fall based on the quality of the relationships that you have with the right people. So my word of advice to you today, it's today is the day. It's never too late for you to start investing time, talent, and resources into people, into building healthy relationships with the right people. I'm saying to you, the right people. Perhaps not everybody is supposed to be your social safety net, the right people. All right. So I'm going to stop here today. I just want to recap a little bit on one of what we talked about today, and two, to tell you a little bit more about Global Capital Inc. Today we looked at the area of the 10X Wealth Leadership Bootcamp, an excellent program. We talked today about the wealth leadership love language. We talked about the leadership love language. And of course, under the leadership love language, there's three important takeaway here. One, you learn about wealth leadership and the process of thinking ahead. All leaders must think ahead, including you who wants to attain financial independence. Um, we talk about wealth leadership and the process of seeing beyond problems. We will go deeper into all of that later on because I just gave you surface information today. And we also talk about wealth leadership and the process of taking informed action. We also look at the pathways to building up financial independence. And we say there's only three pathways. There are two main pathways, and there is another one. You need to understand this because you might be on a path trying to get to your destination of attaining wealth, but you're in the wrong path and you don't know that because you are now working with a PFA. Do you have a professional financial advisor? Do you have a personal financial advisor to guide your step through this entire process of cash flow maximization and building up wealth, generational and intergenerational wealth? Where is your PFA? You're doing everything on your own. You're me, myself, and I, and me, myself, and I can cut it. All right. When you start to understand the pathways to wealth, you start to understand that me, myself, and I is totally inadequate. And you need to know this. All right. Now, Global Capital Inc., our mission is to position our clients, employees, and strategic partners to understand, create, and leverage passive income cash flow, build multiple streams of income, leverage smart investment strategies in order to build generational and intergenerational wealth. In our program, you will learn about financial intelligence in the commercial financial sector, financial intelligence in the investment financial sector, financial intelligence in the smart capital market, and financial intelligence and sustainable livelihood. You will also learn that financial intelligence goes beyond your ability to make money and maximize your disposable income because it addresses the issue of understanding the global financial system and leveraging this intelligence to create good debt cash flow, minimize existing debt financial portfolio while you maximize financial and equity capital gain. The understanding of the commercial financial sector, the investment financial sector, and smart capital market are an important body of knowledge for you to have in the global landscape of financial intelligence. I want to encourage you to like, subscribe, and share. I want to encourage you to get registered today, right now, in our 10x Wealth Leadership Bootcamp and start to lay that foundation to get on that path, the right path that can position you to attain wealth. My word to you, stop waiting on somebody to give you the go ahead to build wealth. Give yourself permission. All right? Many of you have been waiting for so long for someone to give you permission to attain wealth. That person still has not given you permission. Give yourself permission. All right? So be blessed. And remember, it's a period of COVID-19 across the world. I want you to protect yourself, protect your loved ones, protect those closest to you, and be safe. Get registered today. See you on the other side. Be blessed.